This video will be a brief and simple introduction to the field of toxicology. For this video, I have taken inspiration from the brilliant physicists Albert Einstein and Richard Feynman. Einstein is famously quoted for saying, "If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself." And the final step of Feynman's famous technique for learning involves simplifying content and concepts to the point that young children can understand the topic. And this is where I introduce my niece Inaya, who unfortunately isn't 6 years old, but is a smart and curious 13-year-old with an interest in biology and chemistry. In our quick chat, I will attempt to introduce the field of toxicology to her, and I hope this video, the first in a planned series, proves useful to those curious about toxicology.
So, what is toxicology all about?
Toxicology is the science of poisons. It explores the harmful effects that chemicals and substances can have on humans as well as animals.
Poison and animals. I'm thinking about snakes.
You're thinking about snakes because venom, snake venom, is a poison. And so if you were bitten by a snake, through understanding toxicology, you would understand how the poison affects the body and how to stop these effects using antivenom, which could save your life.
But I don't think I'll bump into a snake anytime soon, thankfully.
Good point, and I hope not either. But it's not only weird substances like snake venom that can be poisonous or toxic. Everyday things like salt or even water can be toxic. But before you stop drinking water, you would need to drink a huge amount of water before it could poison you. And that brings up another element which is important in toxicology research. It is not only understanding how a toxicant works that is important, but also how much of a toxicant is needed for bad effects on our health. Toxicologists call the understanding of how a toxic substance works, its mechanism, and call the amount of the toxic chemical we get into our bodies the dose. So the bad effects of a toxic substance depend on its mechanism and the dose you get into you.
So, what do toxicologists do?
Toxicology is a big field, and there are lots of branches of toxicology. The common feature of toxicology work is to understand the mechanisms behind chemical toxicity, to understand how these chemicals get deep into our bodies, and the amount of the chemicals which are needed to cause harmful effects. Toxicologists look at medicine before they are given to patients to see if they are safe for us to take when we are ill. They also look at how safe the chemicals which we use every day are for us and animals in the environment.
It seems that toxicologists do some really important work to keep us safe.
Yes, you are right. So do you think you have a better understanding of toxicology now in our brief chat?
Yeah, thanks, I do.
Awesome. Thanks for your questions, and I'll meet you soon for our next toxicology chat.
Bye.
Bye-bye.